Hey everyone! I'm filming another grooming video today because I have some updates. Here we come, my beautiful model, Biscuit. He's a little bit bigger than last time. So many of you just loved him. Let me see if I can get him a little bit better in the frame because he is now 4 years old. He is 21 pounds. He's not overweight, he's just a big cat. Biscuit, Siggy is his name. He's a ragdoll, and he has a very thick, beautiful coat. Previously, if you've seen the last video, I will link it. I went over several tools. I still absolutely love this for removing mats, and the longer teeth help get to the skin. And I want to point out, cats don't groom. We say they groom, they lick. All right, they're not able to get down deep to get tangles, to, God forbid, they turn into mats, right? We don't want that. We don't want to be cutting our beautiful coats off our beautiful cats. It happens, you know, even to the best of us. Sometimes life is busy and we can't stay on top of this on a daily basis, but really, if you can get those tangles before they turn into mats, which are very uncomfortable, it pulls the skin, it can restrict movement. And something so wonderful about cats is they move, they're very agile, right? They're not like dogs, they're not quite as stiff. These are predators. They can slink and twist and turn like ninjas. So I do try to comb every day. He loves it, obviously. He will lay here for 45 minutes and just let me comb him. I know not all cats are like that. Come here, baby. Let's make sure people can see how pretty you are. But if you can start early, if you're a new kitten owner, please start doing some kind of brushing, even if it's with a simple slicker brush, just to get them used to you touching them. So if you have a long-haired cat, long-haired cats are what I would call ornamental. We humans have bred them to have these beautiful coats, and it's challenging for them to care for them. They try. You know, cats are naturally clean. They keep their paws nice and clean if they're going in the litter box or if they're outside. A lot of times when they're licking themselves, they're trying to get your smell off of them. So they're removing smell, not necessarily always removing dirt. So with these longer hair cats, look at the length of this hair. 4 inches, maybe more. These combs are really useful. There are other types of combs like this, but you can see the teeth are not very long. This is comfortable to hold, not necessarily for me. I am a tall woman. I have long fingers, hands, but it does the job. It gets, if you can part the hair and get down in there, well, I call it detail work. If you're more petite, you have a smaller hand, this is going to feel great. And yes, absolutely, you can make it work. I like this for this size of a cat. This length of hair on this size of a cat. If you have a long-haired dog, these are great. Came in a set of 3 with 3 different lengths. I haven't needed the other 2 shorter lengths because this cat, and I have a second one who might make an appearance. He's also got pretty long hair. So with this, see the handle? It's not necessarily as comfortable, but there's a way you can hold it so it's not digging into your palm. And I describe combs the way and brushes the way I describe knife handles for in your kitchen. You want to think about who is using the tool, because it's got to be comfortable in your hand or you're really not going to want to use it, right? And it takes some time to get through your whole cat, even if it's not one this long. If you have a Persian, those are more, they're smaller cats. Himalayans are smaller. Maine Coons are large, maybe not as stout as this, but they've got the beautiful long coat as well. So when you look at this, you can really see, gosh, this cat has so much hair. See how it really fits the length of the hair, and I can really get down there. He doesn't have any mats because like I said, I do groom him regularly. But when you're going over your cat, even if you don't have a lot of time, get these spots, come here baby, under the arm. And I don't hold pressure on the arm because, as I mentioned, these cats are very bendy, flexible. Their arms move with more, how do you want to say, they have more range of motion than some other animals. And I don't want to stress the joint. I just kind of gently, just out of the way, get under the arm. Just go under there really quickly, and that way you can break up any tangle that might be developing. And then depending on how your cat sits, lays, sleeps, you know, in the image this one sits like a human, so sometimes he'll have a little bit of a tangle right here on the hiney, not the hiney, but above his tail, since he sits like that and he man spreads, as I say, and get through there. The hind quarters, which might look smooth and nice, but when you really feel it, they can start to get tangled back there. So run around there. If your cat has, hey sweetie, it's a pretty biscuit. If your cat has a mane, get in there. Come into the face gently though. This one has a habit. He likes to help me when I groom him. He licks, so I have to watch the tongue. But start, baby. Start with the cheek very slow, and then dig in as you come down. And that'll get through. He does get tangled in his mane, just from living and licking at it, and sometimes playing with the other one. In the back, you probably won't have a lot of tangles back there, but that underside really can be pesky. So again, just gently hold it up. Don't pull it, twist it, none of that. Just gently get under there. Make sure you're getting all the way down to the skin. This has rounded tips. It's not going to scratch them. Cats do have very delicate, paper-thin skin. So you want to be gentle with that. And the chest can get knotted up as well. And if you just think how uncomfortable that is for a cat that has such a great range of motion, if there's that tension there at the neck, it's very uncomfortable for trying to turn their head. And when they jump, you know, they've got this soft, fleshy tummy. That's when they stretch and reach, climb, all of that, that it can expand, and there's no tension. It's for their comfort. Here's my other one. He doesn't like to be brushed quite as much, but he also doesn't get as tangled as this one. Alright, so this, yeah, he's got hair coming off. I really like this for the long-haired cats. The comb gets all the way down. So working on just little tight areas, if there's one particular mat, this is great. You see how my finger fits in there? It really helps control, because when you're working on a mat, you don't want to just be coming at all different directions, right? You want to focus. Where is it? Just start digging. This will break it up. It's very inexpensive. It's, I think, around $6. And these combs are not much either. They're $10 for a set of 3, something like that at the time of filming. And another thing, I'm going to put a picture in right now with regard to this. I did mention this in the last video, but I have an updated comment about this. This is a de-shedding tool. It's not a dematting tool, in my opinion. So these indoor cats, and also these ornamental cats, they do not really shed very well. They're just, you know, these are, oh, what do we want to call these cats that are designed for human pleasure? These beautiful cats that Mother Nature unfortunately did not make on their own without a little human intervention. Manufactured? I don't know if that's the best word. But to help them shed, you know, they get hot. This really does a great job at pulling out the extra hair. The ragdolls don't have undercoats, but plenty of our pets do. And this helps in both instances. And if you live inside a condo where you don't have outdoor space, do it in the bathtub. And that way you can kind of pick it all out, and any excess few little hairs can go in your drain catcher. Don't let it go down the drain and clog it, but that's just a good way to contain all of the fluff. Here, my baby. Let me get my other boy over here. So yes, I do like this. I just don't use it very often. I do the de-shedding treatment maybe once a quarter. Come here, sweetie. Want some? This also works very similarly, the salmon tooth comb. And de-shedding is just a messy process. There's no way around it. Even a professional groomer will tell you that. The hair's just going to fly everywhere. So that bathtub is a great tip. The Furminator, again, I should give this away. I don't use it. I think it's useful for certain types of pets for getting mats out. I know they have new designs now. I don't want to speak bad about them because for some types of coats, it's a great product. It's just not for this style. This is the original. Not great for these long hair cats, in my opinion. This silicone, this is nice if you have a short hair, domestic short hair, or some type of short hair cat. This is a nice massage tool. It's very soft and bendy. And you work it on the cat and the hair just starts to come up. You work it in a circular motion. And it's nice if you have an older cat as well that isn't very active. This will help with circulation. It's great for that. I used it when I had older cats. These gloves, I think for shorter cats they're fine. I don't find that they're helpful. See how small the tooth on that is? That it's helpful for these longer hair cats. A human brush. I have this. This is just for fun when they just want to be fluffed and touched and don't really need all of the, I would say, workout that these other tools give, like the more professional pet tools give. This is just for bonding time, and it doesn't create hair that flies all over the place, and I don't use these anymore for my hair, so I wash them really well and use them on the cats, and they like those. So if you have long-haired cat or dog, big fan of these. I will link, of course, all of them in the description if you're wondering what they look like, where to get them, who makes them, how much they cost. These are all, except for the Furminator, are all inexpensive. This one varies in price, so I don't want to say, because when I looked last week it was a very different price than when I first bought it, but it is still available. Go Pets is the brand. So if you've got a shedding or a pet that needs to be de-shed regularly, you know, every couple of months, 3 months, seasonal, that kind of thing, it's nice to have one of these just to help them out. Okay, so that's my updated review of these brushes.